It's almost Christmas. Yay! Yay! Happy holidays, everyone. Yay! Hi, what's up, how are we today? It's Mebby, and unfortunately for this year, I don't have a stupid Christmas movie for you. However, rest assured, I deeply wanted to do that, and trust, next year I will. Pinky promise right now, I will. The reason I don't have a movie review for you guys this year is because a few weeks ago something came up on my For You page and I wanted to make a video on it, but I also wanted to wait until it was seasonally appropriate. And yes, if you're wondering, sometimes I do listen to Christmas music in October, and I do watch Christmas TikToks in July, but that's not what this is about right now. What matters is that I waited for you guys to catch up so we could have a chat about this. This being the Ralph Lauren Christmas aesthetic. Did you know that you're actually not doing Christmas right? And this year, in order to do it right, you have to buy all new pillowcases, blankets, teddy bears, ornaments, and for some reason, pheasant feathers? A Ralph Lauren Christmas is an aesthetic of Christmas decor and tradition, all based around the luxury fashion and decor brand, drumroll please, Ralph Lauren. Yeah, that's right, you got it. Shocker, right? This aesthetic has blown up on TikTok over the last few months, and Etsy companies, hometown boutiques, and luxury brands alike are all capitalizing on it this year. But you know what I'm gonna capitalize on right now? The fact that you're watching this video. While you're here, if you haven't already, if you want to go down there and see if you're subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that button. That would mean the absolute world to me. And with your support, maybe I can one day achieve a Ralph Lauren Christmas too. But first off, you might be wondering, what is Ralph Lauren? So Ralph Lauren is a clothing and decor brand that's kind of known as a luxury company. As an article on House Beautiful describes, it says, the Ralph Lauren brand is very old money. It's vintage inspired, if not authentically vintage, charming and timeless. By itself, it already feels warm and richly cozy. And that's why it ties into this Christmas aesthetic pretty well. But before we get into that, you might already know Ralph Lauren if you don't think you do. For example, their sweaters recently are getting quite popular on TikTok.
Men I may not know, but shoes, I know. I have this little problem. Expensive footwear. I spent $40,000 on shoes.
And those are cute sweaters, right? The American flag one and the teddy bear ones are definitely like some of the most popular ones at the moment. And then you have their like classic Gilmore Girls-esque like cable knit sweaters. Oh, I would die. Like they genuinely are such cute sweaters. And like I wouldn't blame anyone for wanting them. You can tell from like my sweater now, like this is obviously like in my style, very cute. I love, this was actually Old Navy. We got, my sister and I got matching sweaters for Thanksgiving on Black Friday because we're so cute like that. And this was probably Black Friday sale, I want to say like $28, which is a hefty amount of money for a sweater. I rarely spend that much on sweaters. I usually like thrift them for 10, right? And in so many videos talking about this brand, you'll see the quote, dreaming of a Ralph Lauren life. Which if you ask me, like just showing the store with that, it does just look like a store I'd find in the mall that smells of overpowering cologne and money that I cannot spend. And I'd be right about that. You know why people say dreaming of a Ralph Lauren life? Because a Ralph Lauren life is pretty expensive. They're not just saying, oh, it's an old money aesthetic. No, it's money. It's a money aesthetic. Those sweaters from earlier, $400 each for a teddy bear sweater. And I guess like the stitching on that is a little more complicated, and like I guess you can tell like, oh, it's a good brand, like it's being made well and stuff. Like, yeah, like I get that. $400? Hey, so that's half a month of rent right there. You know what I can get for $400? I'm actually trying to think. I haven't bought anything for $400 in years. I could get a ticket to leave this country for $400. I could do that. Or I could spend $400 for a sweater with an American flag on it. Luckily, Ralph Lauren has been around for a while, so actually this stuff can be pretty easy to find at a thrift. You just can't get like the trendy stuff. Like you're not going to find a teddy bear or one of the American flag sweaters at the thrift, but you might find like an older cable knit sweater that looks like it's from Gilmore Girls at the thrift. Like I feel like that's manageable. You can do that. And that way you're not spending $400 because that's a lot of money. But enough about Ralph Lauren. What does their Christmas aesthetic look like? How are people turning what looks to be clothes you would wear out golfing or drinking whiskey with the boys, or a sweater that a preppy girl gets in her Christmas haul and goes like, guys, I'm not bragging, here's my sweater. Which, by the way, I love those. I can't wait to eat those up this year. Yes, rich white girl Christmas, give me that haul, please. Please. How do they turn that into an old money manor-esque aesthetic? Well, this is what it looks like.
Nuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost
Are they like
nipping at your nose.
Okay. I've seen the pine cones before. The crystals, those are new.
Sung by the choir and folks dressed up like
And then the coordinated gifts as well. Okay.
everybody knows. Toe.
I really like the big balls at the bottom of the tree. That confuses me, honestly. I can see that causing a lot of damage, especially with my cats personally. Would not trust big glass balls at the bottom of my Christmas tree. No, that's not happening. And like, it just give like such home, like I can smell these photos. Have I been in? No, I haven't, but I can smell these photos. It does feel very homey, warm, cozy. Okay, I can smell the dog too, I can. But the aesthetic of it is beautiful. Like that's undeniable, I think.
I'll be home for Christmas.
Love how we're getting a tutorial. Also, like, I'm like scared, but actually I'm being distracted. Like I get it. The color, okay, I feel like the colors also are not changing, but the way the images, okay, sorry, that was a lot. I felt like I was gonna throw up watching that video. I was like trying to process commentary and also like look at what was on the screen. It was quite difficult.
Christmas, snow's coming down. It's Christmas, I'm watching it fall. We're singing at the halls. Much like Christmas at all.
Anyway, very warm, cozy vibe. In that they were showing like fancy Christmas parties too. Overall, good aesthetic. That's what it can typically look like. I think I have one more of like someone going into a house that looks like it. I feel like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, this kind of looks like AI. This could be very real. The bears are what's scaring me. But if your house does look like that, beautiful. Get rid of the bears, please. That scares me. So that's what it looks like. But how do you actually do it? How do you achieve it? How do you make your house look like that so you can fit in with the Ralph Lauren Christmas aesthetic? Well, these videos are really what actually sparked the making of this one, particularly this video from this specific creator right here. This is apparently the by the book way.
I was a second generation Ralph Lauren employee. My mom did merchandising and she opened the collection store on the plaza in Kansas City in the 80s.
Rolling out with the nepotism.
And I designed dresses at Ralph Lauren in New York for a really long time.
Not in a bad way though.
Direct-to-consumer women's clothing brand. Anyways, okay, Christmas, Ralph Lauren style.
Yes.
Let's offend some people. And if you don't like these rules, you really would not have liked working at Ralph Lauren. And that's why everything looks so good, because everything is so completely concise. Bright green garland of any kind. No. What else? Right. 3 basic types of plaids. Traditional Christmas plaid. Then you're going to have like the blue woven plaid. And then
what does
you're
that
going to
mean?
have the black watch red and black plaid, something you would think
Oh,
more
like
for
gingham.
like
Okay.
ski season, ski
Okay.
house. Do not mix those plaids, okay? You're not going to see those in the same room. Each room is a different plaid. We do
Noted.
not mix those plaids.
Okay.
What goes under the Christmas tree? We could maybe mix a few plaids of the same shade under the Christmas tree. We are not letting people bring their own wrapping paper and put presents under your tree. This goes high-low. Low, no bags. No bags.
Oh.
Boxes. Wrapped boxes. No bags, no bags, no gift bags.
Where do they go?
If someone brings a gift over to your house and you feel like you have to display it,
Yeah.
it goes behind the tree. Concise, consistent wrapping paper.
Okay.
The same goes for Ralph Lauren Christmas in the opposite end. Orange bags? No. Chanel bags? No. Wrap it. Wrap it in one pattern, or one pattern and then the inverse of the same pattern with the same ribbon color on
I'm
every
confused.
single package.
Okay.
No overhead light anywhere. Maybe you have a chandelier that could have some sort of tiny lampshades, which we're going to swap out for
That's
red.
just
Other
me
than
in my
that,
brain.
You want to have a Ralph Lauren Christmas at your house? I don't want to see a single overhead light on.
There's
Turn
not going to
it
be overhead lights in my
Let's
house
talk
anyway.
holiday
I'll get
sign,
overstimulated.
signage. No signage. None. No ho ho ho. No swirly, twirly. That is not a Ralph Lauren Christmas. It's not the same party. If you want a Ralph Lauren Christmas, we're speaking Merry Christmas. We're speaking home.
Okay.
We're not printing it on a sign. We're not hooking it on a wall.
Okay.
We're speaking
Noted.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Gosh, these are fun.
I get the colors. I get the not mixing the plaids. I don't get the not letting gifts under your tree. Like, I get it. I get it because of the aesthetic. I get all of this stuff in order to craft an aesthetic. It's understandable. When you're setting up a storefront, yes, that is what you want things to look like. You don't want to mix your plaids. You don't want to have harsh lighting. You don't want to have corny signs in the background when you're trying to build an old money fancy aesthetic for your storefront. But does that belong in the house? I mean, it can. It definitely can, but does it? Here are some other tutorials on how to do it in case you wanted more insight.
Everybody loves a Ralph Lauren Christmas tree, so let me show you how to make one. I'm keeping it simple with copper, champagne, red and green baubles.
Bubble. Is that what British people call ornaments?
Christmas tree. But next we're going to add our black.
That's hilarious.
And for this, and this just attaches to the tree. I'm really quickly going to add the lights onto the tree, and then the tartan's going to go on. So let's do that. Watch me fall off. The final step for me is adding these pheasant feathers. So I'm really quickly going to poke these into the tree.
That kills me. That kills me.
Project. And that is how I decorate my Christmas tree. Let me know your thoughts. It's very Ralph Lauren, and I kind of like that.
Work. I love. A lot of people say that traditional Christmas and Ralph Lauren Christmas are just exactly the same. Like, everyone's just like, well, this just looks like a traditional Christmas. And yes, but no, apparently. According to a lot of people, there's some differences, as in like the feathers, the teddy bears, the specific kind of colors and hex codes you're using, like all down to the very niche things. They're different, but they're also not different. Like, Ralph Lauren is going to maintain their luxury brand image by keeping the plaids separated, but a traditional Christmas house, maybe they have plaids that are mixed in a room. Like, they're not super uptight about it, but when you get into Ralph Lauren, they are uptight about it, and they're also doing more out there things because they're like a fashion brand and they're trying to not make a statement, but still set themselves at a higher level.
People often ask, isn't Ralph Lauren Christmas just traditional Christmas? In some ways, yes, but that is exactly what makes it timeless. Embraces the same foundations, but it enhances them with heritage and texture. It's timeless, collected, lived in, elegant, a little bit feminine, and a little bit masculine. Before you run to the store and buy anything, shop from your own history. So much of Ralph Lauren is a story. It's not just a display. You'll be swapping plain red for plaid or tartan. Swap shiny bows for velvet. No glitter. Instead, try to use brass, copper, and leather, and swap filler ornaments for ornaments that have a history.
The only question I really have is, do you have to have an old money house to have a Ralph Lauren Christmas? I feel like the Christmas tree, that's manageable. You can have like a decorated Christmas tree that's like all done fancy like Ralph Lauren, but like the rest of the house, like, do you have to have a manor where you can host elegant Christmas parties in order to have a Ralph Lauren Christmas? That's my whole thing with this. Before I get into what I don't really like about this aesthetic, I'll get into what I do like. I do like that it represents like traditional Christmas, as that's kind of like a nostalgic feeling, even if I've never experienced something exactly like that. I relate a little bit. Like, it reminds me of my grandparents' house when we had fancy dinners, or a classic Christmas movie, or a rom-com. It's like this higher level of Christmas that I feel like I could step into, but I never knew. I saw this video that was like a low-key Ralph Lauren Christmas aesthetic, and I was like, yeah, like that is a little bit of what I feel. This is the relatable kind of Ralph Lauren Christmas to me.
And I was catching my breath floors of the cabin creaking under my step. And I couldn't be sure. I had a feeling so peculiar. This pain wouldn't be forevermore.
I can't even hit that note. It's kind of like a muted Christmas. It's not out there, it's not in your face, but it's also not overly glamorous, if that makes sense. That's what feels relatable to me personally. So that's kind of what I like about this aesthetic, because there are things in it that overlap with that. And don't get me wrong, this is so much better than whatever the that beige Christmas trend was. I like that this feels like Christmas still. Like, this is very much different than whatever the that was.
I don't want a lot for Christmas.
They have feathers too. Why does every aesthetic have feathers? I've never seen feathers before. With a dog too. They have a dog. What do you mean that entirely white house is not getting up every day? I'm sorry. If you have a beige Christmas and you encourage a beige Christmas to I'm a hater. I'm sorry. But I'm not. You're fine. You're fine. You're good, man. You're good. But now let's get into what I don't like about this Ralph Lauren Christmas trend. One, I think it feels performative, dare I say. I'm not really a big fan of any particular theme or aesthetic with Christmas. This Ralph Lauren Christmas kind of just feels like you're at one of their storefronts or really fancy house party, which is great. That's beautiful. And it's aesthetic and cozy and has that rich, warm feel to it. It literally feels like a Christmas movie or a rom-com that I want to be in. And when I look at these videos, I literally hear chestnuts are roasting on an open fire. That's about as Christmas as you can get, in my opinion. But for some reason, it still just doesn't really feel like Christmas to me. And I think it's because not everyone can relate. Christmas is more than a rich, fancy aesthetic. A lot of people didn't get to experience that, and Christmas isn't about that. By making this aesthetic a trend, you make people feel inadequate or like they can't achieve this kind of Christmas, when that's just not what Christmas is about. It's not about fitting in with a trend or having a very particular set, traditional, exact aesthetic. It's not about micromanaging your decorations. It's not about letting gifts into your home and not letting them under the tree because they don't fit the colors you like. It's not about looking at someone who bagged their gift instead of wrapped it and being like, that's not gonna cut it. Do you want me to teach you how to go wrap it with my really expensive wrapping paper and bows? And then you make them feel bad. Like, that's not what Christmas is about. Be thankful that they got you a gift in the first place and proudly present it under your tree, no matter how it's wrapped or bagged. Sorry, my bad. Christmas to me is homemade ornaments that I made in the first grade that for some reason have my face on them, and I hang on the tree every year with pride. It's randomly themed nutcrackers and talking animals that don't really work anymore because they were made in the 2000s, and it actually sounds like a demon is coming out of them when you hit the play button. But that's what Christmas is about. It's not something that needs to be micromanaged. However you celebrate Christmas, or any holiday for that matter, means it's perfect the way it is. And I think a big reason why I don't love this aesthetic of Christmas is the nostalgia as well. I mentioned that I can't really relate to this level of traditional Christmas, but nostalgia is what makes Christmas what it is. Playing on that nostalgia is what makes me long to have it back and to experience it again. I want to recreate the memories of Christmas that I have, and that's why I don't really see Ralph Lauren as my Christmas aesthetic. I can't relate to that. I can't have nostalgia over something I never really had. So although a Ralph Lauren Christmas is appealing to me at first, that's why it's kind of turning me away. And now, to show you the Christmas I experience, I relate to, that I long for, I'll show you the videos that are the equivalent of giving me a line of crack. And that's not a joke. I'm fine. Oh, those cookies. Oh. I'm trying to do this in not a weird way. Here's another one. Period.
From kids from 1 to 92.
I can smell it. I can literally smell. I can smell those photos. And this song is gonna do it every time. This song. Oh. Oh, so cute. It's so cute. I long for a camcorder Christmas. That's the aesthetic I long for. It's like the lights, the everything. That's the Christmas I can relate to. Those are the memories that I have in my head, in my soul, when I think of Christmas. This is crazy. If life doesn't kill me, Christmas nostalgia will. Unfortunately, yeah. But it hasn't yet, so that's great. So clearly those videos make me a little deranged, but that's the Christmas I relate to. There's no micromanaging, there's real good lights before they got banned. There's mixing of the plaids, and dare I say there's signage and bags under the tree, and that's okay. And although I long for this camcorder Christmas aesthetic that a lot of 2000 kids in America feel and relate to, this is not me telling you how to do Christmas. This is not me telling people who try to do a Ralph Lauren Christmas aesthetic are doing it wrong, or even the beige Christmas. I'm not saying that you're doing it wrong, or if you don't celebrate Christmas at all, you're good. You're Gucci, you're fine. I'm not telling anybody how to do their holiday season, because that's not what this is about. You know what Christmas is about? I'll tell you. Sorry, this just turned into a very classic Christmas movie that I would make fun of in a video. It's about giving. It's about sharing. It's about making Christmas cookies. It's about going ice skating. And it's about being with your loved ones. That's what it's about, okay? And that's the beauty of it. And there's no right way to do it, but telling people that there's a right way to do it and making people feel bad if they're not doing it right. Not that any of the videos I showed were doing that, but that's just what the internet in general is doing right now. That's what's not okay? And that's why I just wanted to make this video, because I thought, this is really interesting, and also, this is Christmas. I like talking about Christmas. So that's why we decided to do it. So however you're choosing to do your season this year, I hope you are having a wonderful time doing it, and I hope you had a wonderful time watching me and including me on your Christmas season this year. That was so cool and so awesome, and that means so much to me. That means stop. As I'm posting this video, actually, we're reaching the 4-year anniversary of me making videos in general. So in honor of that and in honor of the holiday season, here is a present from me to you. It's all the videos I've ever made and all the videos I'm going to continue to make for you, because I love doing this and I love you, and thank you so much. And yeah, if you guys have any thoughts on the Ralph Lauren Christmas aesthetic, please let me know. You can type that in the comments below, and while you're down there, you can hit the like button, and while you're down there, you can hit the subscribe button. The majority of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so I think we should fix that. Yeah. And yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are having a great holiday season, and I love you. Bye. Also, if you're wondering, I know this is a different background. This is not a permanent residence. I don't know where you're gonna see me next. I'm not homeless, don't worry. We're just gonna see where the filming takes me, really.